welcome to Math Super Scholars. I am so excited to keep learning with our super awesome pairs to 10 knowledge. So to warm up our brains, we are going to take one last look at our 10 frame flashcards. Just like we've been practicing, when the 10 frame pops up, you are going to say the addition sentence that it represents. You guys have done such a great job on this. So we're going to see if we can go a little bit faster to really test our brains. Are you ready? Okay. Name the addition sentence that you see. Go. 7 plus 3 equals 10. Four plus 6 equals 10. 5 plus 5 equals 10. 6 plus 4 equals 10. Good job. 2 plus 8 equals 10. 9 plus 1 equals 10. Last one. 3 plus 7 equals 10. Good job. We're trying to speed it up and see if we can recall that information faster. That was a great little test and check in with yourself. So now let's take a look at what our learning goal is. Okay, it says, I can solve fact families 2, 10 and draw the corresponding number bond. So corresponding is a big word. Corresponding means things that go together, that are similar, that work off each other. So yesterday we started with our number bond and then we created the corresponding fact family. The fact family that related to the number bond, that showed the relationship. Today we are reversing the order, but we're going to be using the same skills. We're going to start by solving a fact family and then creating the corresponding number bond that relates to the fact family we created. So we're first going to solve those addition and subtraction sentences and then create a drawing that represents the family. So we're just kind of reversing the order that we did yesterday. So to remind yourselves, a fact family has 2 addition sentences and 2 subtraction sentences. All of this family only uses 3 numbers. It has 2 parts and a whole, which is shown in a picture by the number bond. We have the whole number and then 2 parts that make up that number. That when combined make the whole, or when one part is taken away, the other part is left. And that all relationships that we can decipher through the number bond, we can show as a fact family. So they go hand in hand. So like we said in our learning goal, today we're starting with the fact family and then creating the number bond. So you are going to need your number bond sheet, the part whole maker map, and a whiteboard marker and a whiteboard. We're going to not use our eraser counters today and only be writing the numbers. So just your number bond sheet, a whiteboard, and a marker. Okay, so our first little task for us is we are going to start with the numbers 3, 7, and 10. Our first fact family is going to be made up of these numbers. So we're starting with our sentences. So what we can know about starting a fact family is that with addition, what those 2 addition sentences equal to is always going to be the bigger number because two smaller parts make the bigger number. So what is the biggest number out of these three? The 10. Ding, ding, ding. So the 10 is going to become what our two parts equal to. So now we need to complete our addition sentences. So what are the two parts that are going to make up 10? What are the two parts that are going to make up 10? 3 and 7. So let's start by saying 3 plus 7 equals 10. We know that's true because they're pairs to 10. So if 3 plus 7 equals 10, what is going to be our second addition sentence? What is it going to be? 7 plus 3 equals 10. You can just reverse the numbers because it doesn't matter how you combine 7 and 3, you will get to 10 either way. So we have now created our first two fact family sentences. So now let's look at subtraction. When we're doing subtraction, we always have to start with the bigger number because that's what we're going to take away from. So what was the bigger number? 10. So we have to start our addition sentences with 10. So now, we're with 10 and we are going to take away one of the parts. Let's start with 3. If we take away 3 from 10, 10 minus 3 is going to equal what? The other part. 7. If we take away the 3 from 7, if we take away the 3 from 10, 7 will be left over. So then what will be our last part of our fact family? Our second subtraction sentence. What would it be? 10 minus 7 equals 3. We're just reversing our pairs to 10. Because if we took away 7, we would be left over with 3. Awesome job creating your fact family. So now that we have our fact family, then we can draw our number bond. So how are we going to fill in our number bond? The biggest number is always going to be our whole, our equal to, and our start of our subtraction. So what number is going to go in the whole number? 10, our big number. So then, what is going to go in the parts? What are two parts to 10? 3 and 7. Exactly. This whole number bond shows the relationship between all these fact family sentences. So ta-da! There we go. We started with a fact family and used it to draw our number bond. Okay, I want you to reset and we're going to try another one together. Okay, here we go. All right, our board is all cleared and we're ready to try one last one together. So this next fact family is going to have these three numbers, 10, 1, and 9. So let me see. Can you tell me what would be the first addition sentence? Can you name it for me? Did you write that down? Our two parts are 1 and 9, and together they're going to make our bigger number 10. Or, what is the other sentence you could have written down? What would be our second addition sentence? We just flipped our parts. Because remember, it doesn't matter what order we add them together. So therefore, 1 plus 9 equals 10, and 9 plus 1 equals 10. Good job. Now let's finish that fact family. We are on to our subtraction sentences. What would be our first subtraction sentence in this family? What are we going to start with? What are we going to take away? Did you have that? 10 minus 1 equals 9. Remember, we have to start with the biggest number, and if we took 1 away, 9 would be left over as the other part. So what would be the last sentence? What is the other subtraction sentence you could have written? What would it be? It would be a reverse. 10 minus 9 equals 1. We still have to start with our big number, and if we took away 9, 1 would be left over. Okay, check. We have our fact family, and now we can come to our number bond to draw out the relationship. So, can you fill in the number bond for me? Go ahead and do it on your sheet. What would it be? Which numbers would go where? Do you have 10 as the whole, the big number? And do you have 9 and 1 as the two parts? It doesn't matter which part goes where, because we just proved that on our fact family. But we do have to have 10 as the whole, and 9 and 1 are two parts that make 10. Great job, Super Scholars. We're going to reset the board one more time so I can tell you what you're going to do on your own. Okay, reset. Okay, here we go. Your job that you are going to do on your own is create a fact family with the numbers 6, 4, and 10. Your task is to first create a fact family with 2 addition sentences and 2 subtraction sentences that show the relationship between 6, 4, and 10. Once you have your fact family, then you will create your number bond that will picture what you created in your fact family. Remember, this time we're working to have a fact family first and then a number bond. So that's the order you're going to work today. Fact family first, then draw the number bond. And today you're going to be working with the numbers 6, 4, and 10. Use the same thought process that we just did all together, and I know you guys are going to do just fine. So go ahead, show me what you got, and way to go!